Oh my God. We won. We won. Just yesterday, we spent the better portion of our show in a wide-ranging and completely enlightening conversation with Dr. Harriet Fraud, as the conversations with her almost always are. Anyway, we spent that time talking about how Facebook's Instagram is in an unholy alliance with Mavis against the health of teens. Well, after our program aired, Facebook announced that they would at least halt the planned rollout of Instagram for toddlers. Okay, it wasn't exactly toddlers. It was for the under 13 set, but you know that is what they're thinking of next. Am I right? Facebook is known to pull PR stunts like this in the past, where they just are like, oh, the people are mad. Let's do something. Like when they took away the like button on Insta, knowing full well that it had zero effect on teen mental health, but at least them made them look like they were doing something. And they said as much. That's why they did it in their internal documents that were leaked. Anyway, I'd like to point out that all this action comes after a whistleblower inside Facebook leaked a trove of documents saying Facebook knows it's hurting girls, young girls, teens. Thank you, I want to say, whistleblower, as the mom of a toddler who doesn't need Instagram just yet. I think I like to think of this anonymous hero as a parent, perhaps a mom whose protective instinct reared up, maybe after seeing her own beloved, lovely, talented, compassionate child hate on herself for eating a carb. Bless you, activist. Bless you. Remember, just don't post a selfie of yourself dumping troves of documents on the internet. Very important. In other news, West Virginians are rising up, as well they should, against their senator, Joe Manchin, as he sides with his corporate cronies to block President Biden's budget reconciliation bill, which, as it turns out, is very popular with people who think our country shouldn't be the only one in the developed world where new moms have to return to work almost before the nurse cuts Jimmy Jr.'s umbilical. Yet, the people of West Virginia, yes, they believe that corporations should pay some taxes and that old people should be able to not afford, not go blind, and to afford to not have to go deaf, and teeth, to have teeth. In fact, 77% of conservatives in Virginia are in favor of Manchin passing this bill, which, by the way, helps safeguard a livable planet. And that is not good for him. Again, almost all of the people of Virginia, 77% of conservatives, want this bill passed. You know who doesn't want this bill passed? Well, it turns out it's actually Joe Manchin. Because Joe Manchin is personally invested in coal, and the clean energy provisions in here would take a chunk out of that, and his donors would be hurt. So protesters held a demonstration in front of Senator Joe Manchin's yacht, and they did it from the water. Here is a video. I think we played it in the box a little bit a minute ago, but here's the video of Kai activists from our very own DC correspondent who was there. Check it out. I love it. How fun is this? And you get to kayak and save democracy. It's pretty great. They're saying build back better. I don't know if you can tell. We're having Jocelyn McCurdy-Keats right here from act.tv on our show later to talk about that action and how she feels about what happened today with the vote, or with the vote being called off. Anyway, stay with that. Also, other stuff happening in the progresso sphere. Progressive activists. This is awesome. Check it out. Let's go back to the screen share here. I think I'm having a little problem with there we go. There it is. Progressive activists from the People's Watchdog encourage Democrats to stand firm in the recovery agenda that Biden promised he and his administration. They unfurled banners and made the people's voice known at the annual congressional baseball game for charity held at Nationals Park on Wednesday. Democrats have often been accused of being spineless against Republican strong arm techniques, or maybe it's just like they're being labeled. I mean, if it's accurate that Dems are spineless, then they're not just being accused. They're actually what they are. Anyway, have they learned anything? I'm not sure. We're going to find out. You have been watching the headlines, the Progressive News headlines. I'm Juliana Forlano. This is Act TV. Coming up next, our interview. Stay tuned.